So, welcome back. Um, let's go talk today a little bit about entertainment. And when it comes down to it, I only really care about two things when it comes to entertainment quality: story and acting. If both are great, you get a great movie like Lord of the Rings. When they both suck, you get stuff like Marvel's putting out now, like Captain Black America, the Marvels, the Eternals, Fantastic Four. There's a big list. And it's because they're putting their woke check boxes ahead of a great story. Once they start doing that, the quality, of course, just starts to go down. And they're doing it across almost every industry you can think of. There are currently lawsuits against the airline industry right now because of how they have changed their testing to eliminate the strong, smart candidates in favor of dumber ones. And in that situation, it's literally life and death. Planes and helicopters are dropping out of the sky all over the place right now due to these DEI practices. There was another Delta situation just a day or so ago where it caught on fire. Delta seems to be the worst. I would not fly on Delta if you paid me to do that. It's too dangerous. And they are, from what I understand, they're the strongest with DEI at this point. Essentially, if you're a white conservative male, they're doing everything they can to eliminate you from society, essentially. So, and here's a little video I thought I'd show from The Blaze, where Stu Burguiere did a little interview with a lawyer who is currently suing them right now. And I thought it was worth playing so everybody could hear what's going on.
Thanks for having us. Traditionally, how has the FAA screened its candidates for air traffic control?
Sure. So up until 2014, they used a merits-based test and partnered with various colleges through what was called the Collegiate Training Initiative, CTI. And at the end of that, they would take a test called the ATSAT, which is, the government loves an acronym.
Yes.
But it was a merits-based test. But the permanent bureaucracy at the FAA decided that it was producing too many white men to become air traffic controllers. They decided to change the hiring process and introduce a new first step, which was called the biographical questionnaire.
Was this like something where it was obvious? Were they saying, hey, what is your skin color, and narrowing people down that way?
So they used proxy questions. For instance, my kind of favorite example is they asked, what was your worst subject in high school? And if you answered science, you got 15 points. What you can look at are Department of Education statistics, and you can see that there is an achievement gap between particularly African American and Caucasian high school students.
Okay.
The questionnaire is extremely difficult, and the questions are rated differently. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. Failure rates were extremely high.
Do we know of any qualified minority candidates that were unable to get through this?
Unfortunately, yes. There were a number, and I don't know what that number is. It's a non-zero number of African American candidates who were well qualified, who had passed the ATSAT, the merits-based test, and were denied.
I mean, how is this legal?
It's not, is the short answer. So that's why we brought our lawsuit.
We now know that there is a shortage of air traffic controllers.
And we have a reported controller shortage of about 2,000. We represent a certified class of over 900 would-be air traffic controllers who were denied the opportunity to become air traffic controllers because they had the wrong skin color.
So there you go. That's fun, right? Super fun stuff. Well, all right. So what it comes down to is in the entertainment industry, it's just annoying. It's an annoying loss of money when you waste your time and cash to go see something that sucks. You know, in this case, you could die and people have died recently with that. So I've personally arrived at a place where I won't even go see a movie unless I've done a good amount of research on it. Because it just seems like all the movies coming out now, they run like 2.5 hours, and if you take your family out, you're out $100 and a lot of time. So it used to be if a Marvel movie came out, we just went and saw it because it was going to be good fun, but that's just not the case anymore. I guess my biggest disappointment right now is with this Daredevil series that Disney has put out. The first 2 seasons of it on Netflix were great. I loved it. The Punisher, which was a spinoff, was really good as well. Pretty hardcore stuff, actually. And they seem pretty, well, lined up pretty well with the comics, which is what I'm looking for when I get into this. I was a Daredevil fan going way back. Super cool character. And I always loved his sidekick, Foggy. So I skipped the third season of it. The first two were really good because there was all these interviews with the director about how he had modeled the villain after Trump. So I was out in the third season. I wasn't going to waste my time with that. But I decided to give this one a go because I heard some mixed thoughts on it. Some of the other YouTubers I like Drinker, seemed to think it might be good. Nerdrotic, watch him. He thought it was going to be good. They all are soured on it now, big time. You should check out their videos on it. They do a much more in-depth, smarter analysis of things than I could possibly do. I'm just your average Joe with a I'm a C plus kind of guy. So I'm representing the average guy with my thoughts on these things. But what it came down to me was, and with everything, are they sticking to the source material or are they screwing it up? And in the first 15 minutes, I realized they were screwing it up. They killed off one of my favorite characters, Foggy, his best friend, right off the bat, and replaced him with multiple DEI hires. One was more annoying than the next as the seasons or the episodes rather went on. Karen, the other character that I think everyone really liked, she was just gone, and apparently she was just mad at Matt for reasons. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but she just left. So there they go, because it was too white apparently. So it was just very disappointing, and all these new DEI hires were just kind of taking turns each episode, browbeating Matt for just different things. Basically, oh, you're just kind of a dummy. You're annoying. You're just not doing what I want you to do. And it was just over and over again telling him how dumb he was. His new DEI girlfriend, the DEI retired cop, the DEI angry young girl, the DEI annoying boss partner chick. I don't even know why she's in the show. She's just a complete waste of time. And it just got harder to watch as each episode went along. And even the main villain, Fisk, who they brought back, he's just severely emasculated to the point where they made his wife, of course, smarter and more capable than him by the end of the season. Disney just can't break away from this mindset that they developed over the last few years, that all men must be relegated to second banana behind a woman. And now even the villains are being replaced by a better female villain. They're pushing us fans to the point where we're just not going to turn on anything that they put out anymore. The Daredevil ratings are quite honestly in the toilet. And I know they had planned another season of this, but it may not happen because no one's watching it. When I did a quick search in Grok on that, it says here that there's about a $7.5 million figure of folks watching this thing. In contrast, this Agatha All Along, I didn't watch. I heard nothing but just terrible stuff about that. It had 9 million. The Acolyte, another show that was just ridiculously awful, and it got canceled, 11 million. Loki, almost 11. Echo, which was just an abomination, which had Daredevil and Fisk in it, it scored higher. More people even watched that. And this should not have happened. Daredevil was an unbelievably cool show when it launched, and they have just run it into the ground. It's very frustrating to watch our favorite characters just get screwed over like this. So there you go. I just want to get all that off my chest. I think, to sum it up, I think they've just taken the message way too far and had to insert their idiotic view of America into everything. But the good news is that we've had years and years of old content that's out there that we can consume. I spend a lot of time these days scanning for old movies and TV um, that I may have missed on their original runs. And I've run across some real gems. Twin Peaks, we ran across that years ago. I'd always heard about it, just was too busy with other things in my life when that was out. But we watched it and got really hooked on it, and now it's one of our favorite shows. Actually, I actually go back every 2-3 years and kind of watch it again. It was just good stuff. Very weird, but definitely worth watching. So don't accept the garbage that we're being exposed to. Fight back with your dollars. It's your only weapon against this nonsense. So I think that's it. Thanks for checking this out, and just keep an eye out for my next one. And if you could, I didn't really ever want to do this, but if you can do the like and subscribe thing, it does help try to get this channel going. My last video got the most views of any of them, so it's there was some progress there. So I'd like to keep this train rolling. So give me a hand there. So that's it for today. God bless all you guys.